c'est Good morning, everybody. My name is Judge Kim Teresa Malika. You're in first appearance court. Today you're going to be informed of the charges, and we're going to determine if there's probable cause. Please keep in mind, today is not your trial day. Please do not talk about the facts of your case. Everything is being recorded. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say or do can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney. We have, good morning, Mr. Romero. Mr. Romero at the main jail.
Good morning, Judge.
And we have Mr. Reedy, who's here to my right in the main courtroom. If you have a private attorney, please let me know when you step up to the podium. We are going to take a couple cases at a turn that the jail is requesting. First one is Ralph Amoroso, page 6 of the docket, please.
He's approaching, Judge.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Amoroso. How are you, sir?
Hi, how are you? I'm okay.
All right, sir. All right, sir, you are charged with, you have a capias for a misdemeanor for trespass in a structure or conveyance occupied. And this because you were a no-show on April 3rd. Bond set at $100. You do have a court hearing coming up this week in front of Judge Carpenter Toy on May 17th, which is Thursday at 10 a.m. Anybody want to be heard?
Yes, Judge. And speaking of Mr. Amoroso, he wishes to ask the court if you consider resolving his case today for time served.
State.
One moment, Judge.
Just to let everybody know, case after this is page 7 of a docket. Kiamani Chantalupi. You okay, Will?
Could you pull him up, Amoroso? Your Honor, Your Honor, all I can advise the court at this time is that the state's previous offer that would be made involves SAP, so I don't know if he wants the open plea.
And do what?
The offer is going to involve going through SAP, which would be at least 30 days, so I don't know, he may want an open plea, I don't know. And
Tell me the pertinent
yeah, I'm looking that up now, Your Honor.
facts of the case.
There's a trespass at a Publix on Federal Highway in Deerfield. Says he had, this was in February of this year. He was previously trespassed from this Publix on 2 separate occasions, November of last year, January of this year.
Judge?
Yeah.
Is the state saying this is his third, or in December was the first, and then this one happens to be the second?
No, in the original PC, there was 2, it says there were 2 previous trespasses.
I'm pulling up the PC now, okay?
Okay, because I know as far as what Mr. Amoroso is telling me, he's only been to court basically one prior time regarding this trespass at that location.
I don't know that they were trespass arrests. They might have just been trespass warrant on 2 separate occasions for it's not supposed to be there. He has, according to the system, 34 prior felony convictions, 7 prior misdemeanor convictions out of the state of Florida.
All right, here's the thing. He was told, it almost looks like it wasn't an arrest, Mr. Romero. It looks like, because they have the reference numbers, which means they gave him the warning 2 times previously on November 2017 and in January 2018. So,
I understand. Judge, Mr. Amoroso, he's 66 years old. He's on disability. He lives with his wife. He has his place to stay, and she's on disability. He's telling me he won't go back there. Judge, I'm asking you if Your Honor would consider resolving this case today. It's a trespass.
all right, if he goes back there and he does have, what's his address? Where does he live?
What's your address, sir? What's your address?
801 Northeast 33rd Street, Pompano Beach, Florida.
Okay, that's where you live, sir?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
All right,
Yes, ma'am.
I'll do an adjudication and time served, but if you go back there, sir, you're gonna get
I
arrested.
won't. Can I have 6 months to pay the court costs, please? I don't want to lose my license.
I'll give you 6 months, I don't have a problem with
Thank
that.
you. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. She's
All
gonna
right,
ask you
so
questions now,
raise
okay?
your right
So,
hand,
wait.
sir. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
I do.
Okay, thank you. Your name is Ralph Enzio Amoroso, Amoroso?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir. It's my understanding you wish to waive your right to a trial?
Yes, ma'am.
You can leave your hand down. Anybody forcing you to do this, sir?
No, ma'am.
Are you under the influence of any alcohol or drugs at this time?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever been treated for a mental illness?
No.
Okay, you understand what's going on here today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right, understanding what I just explained to you, you want to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest to trespass
I'm ready.
in a structure or conveyance, sir?
No contest.
The court's going to accept your plea, find that's freely and voluntarily entered. The court has reviewed the court file, finds probable cause for the plea. The court's going to adjudicate your time, serve you $293 in court costs. I'll give you 6 months to pay. Sir, you can't return to the Publix located at 150 South Federal Highway, Deerfield Beach. Do you understand? Do you understand, sir?
Yes, 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 Your Honor.
Okay. All right, sir. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Good luck, sir.
All right, next one at a turn is going to be page 7, Kimani Chantaloup.
He's here present, Judge in Maine.
Okay. All right, Mr. Chantaloupi. Did I say that right?
Chantalou.
Chantaloup, I'm sorry. Okay. All right, sir, you have petty theft from a merchant, second offense. Court does find probable cause. Court is going to order, sir, no return to the target located at 3599 West Hillsborough Boulevard, Deerfield Beach. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You know what happens if you go back there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, bond set at $25. Anybody wish to be heard?
Yes, Judge, in speaking with Mr. Chantalou, he wishes to ask the court if you would consider resolving his case today.
Mr. Linder?
One moment, Judge.
See if this is a Fort Lauderdale case, Michelle.
Under the state's offer would be adjudication, 5 days county jail, no return. He has 3 prior convictions for burglary. At least one also involved grand theft.
5 days Broward County Jail, credit for time served.
Let me talk to him, Judge.
And no return to the target. Make sure you speak to him about if he gets another conviction.
Judge, in speaking with Mr. Chantalou, he wishes to accept the state's offer.
All right. Sir, raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Your name is Keamani, Keamani. Last name, Chantiloupe.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, put your hand down. It's my understanding you wish to waive your right to a trial.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody forcing you to do this?
No, ma'am.
Are you under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medication?
No, ma'am.
Ever been treated for a mental illness?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
You understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, a plea to this charge could result in deportation proceedings and affect your ability to remain in the United States?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand you can't go back to the Target on Hillsborough Boulevard in Deerfield Beach, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Romero, I'll let you inquire as to the theft charges.
Mr. Chanceloop, I did advise you if you get another petty theft or upon your third conviction for a theft offense, the state could file it as a felony. Is that correct? Yes, sir. So you are aware. I don't know as far as how many priors you have, but the next time the state could go ahead and file this as a felony offense, even though it's a petty theft. You are aware of that? Yes, sir. And you still wish to go forward today? Yes, sir.
All right, sir, considering what I've told you and your attorney just explained to you, how do you wish to plead to petty theft from a merchant second offense? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty. No contest.
Okay, the court's going to accept your plea, find that's freely and voluntarily given. Court is going to adjudicate you, and per the plea, give you 5 days in the Broward County Jail with credit for time served, $293 in court costs, no return to the Target, sir, at 3599 West Hillsborough Boulevard, Deerfield Beach, Florida. You will get arrested if you go back there. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Good luck, sir.
Next one is Charles Ware, page 7. Oh, this is Mr. McLawrence. So is this a Fort Lauderdale charge, or?
Charles Ware, he is
Hold
here
on
present.
Can we look this case up, Michelle? All right, we're going to have to recall. He's going to have to wait. Mr. McLawrence is going to be here at 9:15.
Yes, Judge, let me explain it to him.
Okay. Where is he? Call him and ask him if we can do it by phone. Hold on one moment. All right, next one is Would Lubin, page 11 of a docket.
He's approaching, Judge.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, ma'am.
All right, sir. You have been charged with uttering a false instrument fraud. Court does find probable cause. This actually is an ad charge. Am I correct, State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And the court does find probable cause. Sir, the court's going to order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim. And I want everybody to listen up in the jail because I'm going to ask you if you understand what I mean and if you heard me previously. No contact, direct or indirect, means no contact in person, calling, texting, writing, nothing on social media, even liking, disliking anything, and no contact through third parties. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so no contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials JWW. Bond is set at $1,000. Anybody wish to be heard?
Judge, my understanding, he was here yesterday. I believe Your Honor imposed a monetary bond plus pretrial. I believe the monetary bond is somewhere around the area of $1,100. Mr. Lubin was telling me that's going to be hard enough as it is to post it. So I'd ask you at this time to go ahead and release on count 4 the SAD charge on pretrial release.
State?
Your Honor, he appeared before you yesterday.
That's what he just said.
Yeah, and you reduced the bond on possession of similitude license from 1,000 to 500. He also appeared before you because he failed to appear in a theft. Last year alone, he was convicted of 2 thefts at a Broward, 2 thefts and a grand theft. He violated probation on the grand theft. He had another theft in 2016, and I believe there was other prior failures to appear. That's why the court didn't ROR him completely yesterday. Now he's here with another additional theft-related charge. I think the bond's appropriate.
All right, court's going to do pretrial release on count 4, $100 bond. Okay, no problem. Thank you. Next one is Matthew
Mr.
Ryan, page 11.
He's approaching, Judge.
Thank you. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good, Your Honor.
Fine, thanks. Okay. So, sir, you have an ad charge, burglary, unoccupied dwelling, unarmed. Court does find probable cause. State, let's talk about bond.
Your Honor had placed Mr. Ryan on ROR to pretrial release of the GPS monitor level 2. No victim contact, no return to the residence on all of his counts yesterday. It involved the 2 burglary dwellings he appeared before you, involved the same alleged victim, the former roommate, Your Honor.
All right, so what are you asking for?
I don't have at this point, I don't have an objection if you were to just place him on the same release conditions as the charges from yesterday.
All right, tell me what those are again.
ROR to pretrial release with a GPS monitor, level 2. No victim contact, no return to the listed residence.
We have no objection to that, Judge.
All right, ROR, GPS level 2, no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials RLJW, which is really RW. Pretrial release, GPS level 2, no return to the listed residence. Do you understand, sir?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Good luck to you. Next one is going to be page 12 of the docket, Roberto Tarugi.
He's approaching, Judge.
Good morning, sir. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Fine, thanks. All right, sir, you have count 1, burglary of an unoccupied dwelling, unarmed. We need to talk about bond. Count 2 is petty theft, second degree, first offense, $25 bond. Count 3, possession of cannabis, less than 20 grams or less, $100 bond. Count 4 is possession of MDMA, ecstasy, $1,000 bond. Court does find probable cause. Court is going to order, sir, no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials TSS. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you hear me before say what direct and indirect include, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. State.
Your Honor, I'm going to be requesting a $10,000 bond on count 1, noting even though he was booked for unoccupied, it does appear that the residence was occupied at the time of the burglary. His priors include 2014 tampering with a witness or victim and 2 counts of felony battery due to prior convictions with a violation of probation, 364 days county jail. 2013, he was convicted on 2 separate counts of battery. Possession of oxycodone, 09, with a violation of probation. He has a prior out of Vermont for unlawful mischief. And end of record, Your Honor.
And judges, I'm sure the court can see in the probable cause affidavit, Mr. Tarugi entered the carport area and did cooperate completely with the police investigation, which I think is a mitigating circumstance.
All right, defense.
Judge, he's 27 years old. Been here in South Florida majority of his life. He's right now working at a labor pool. And when he gets employed there, he gets about, it ranges from $60 to $80 per day. Right now, unfortunately, he's going through a financial crisis. He is homeless. However, he does have a mailing address. That would be of his mother, who resides in Pompano Beach. At this time, he's informing me that he has no sort of money in the bank, no one to call to help post his monetary bond. So I'd ask you to take that into consideration and determine reasonable release conditions on behalf of Mr. Tarugi.
Okay, it has 49A, Blueberry Hill, Pondwall, Vermont. Where is he going to reside?
Right now, Judge, like I said, he's homeless, so he's going to be residing on the streets.
Does he want to put another address down?
Do you know the mailing address of your mother in Pompano? Okay. Yes, Judge.
Or does he want to keep this Vermont address? It's up to him.
It doesn't matter.
Which one's easier for you to get notices as far as your upcoming court dates?
My Pompano address.
Pompano. Judge, we'll give you the Pompano address. Okay, say it nice and slow. She has to write it down.
3111 Northeast 10th Avenue. That's Pompano Beach, Florida. 33064.
All right, this is what the court's gonna do. On count one, the court is gonna set a $5,000 bond. On count two, I can ROR or $1, up to you.
$1, Judge.
Possession of cannabis, $1, and the possession of MDMA, $1 also. So $5,003. No return, sir, to the listed residents. Thank you and good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, next one is going to be Rock McInnes, page 16 of a docket.
He's here at main, Judge.
Okay, Mr. McInnes, good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, and yourself?
Fine, thanks. All right, sir, you have possession of MDMA, ecstasy, $1,000 bond. Count two is trespassing, unoccupied structure or conveyance. There's no bond attached to that. That's basically an ROR. Counts 3 and 4 are probation violations. You're going to be held no bond. You are going before your division judge this Thursday, Division FC, which is Judge William Howry, at 8:30 a.m. on your violations of probation. The court does find probable cause. State, wish to be heard?
No.
All right, any victims?
Well, I'm just asking, no return to the Motel 6 on Northwest 31st Avenue.
Okay, do you have the address? Motel 6, Northwest 31st Avenue, where, Fort Lauderdale?
Pompano.
Sorry, Pompano. Okay, sir, there's no return to the Motel 6, Northwest 31st Ave in Pompano. You understand?
Yes, well.
All right. Defense,
Considering he has a no bond hold, nothing to add on count one.
all right, count one, $999, sir. You'll see your division judge May 17th. Thank you. Next one, which is the last one on the special docket, other than Mr. McLawrence's, and he'll be here soon. Craig Allen Shapiro, please.
Mr. Shapiro is approaching, Judge.
Okay,
Judge, he declined the services of public defender.
okay. All right, are you Mr. Shapiro, sir?
Yes.
All right, sir, you have a possession of alprazolam, also known as Xanax, $1,000 bond. Count two is possession of cocaine, $1,000 bond.
Has the bond been posted? Do you know that information?
It's been posted on these two counts, Your Honor. My
All
understanding
right,
is...
so the court does find probable cause and bond's been posted?
Yes, my understanding is he's going to be back this afternoon on a technicality. I believe he'll end up getting ROR on those counts.
All right, so is there anything that we can address now so he doesn't have to wait in jail? What is it,
He has to
Sheila?
wait, Judge. He posted a cash bond on 1 and 2, and he'll come back this evening, and then we'll take
Why
it
is he
from there.
coming back this tonight, this afternoon?
Look at the PC.
The officer charged him per pill, so they have to book him on those counts, Your Honor. I'm not going to be asking for a bond on those counts when he comes through.
All right, so apparently you had 15 pills, sir, and the officer, why can't we just reset this for later on in the docket today?
You want to?
She's...
No, I'm saying for this AM docket, instead of making him wait, he posted a cash bond. I mean, it's...
We can't reset them. We don't have, when they book them in, we don't have the findings, the paperwork, like everything is going over for the PM docket.
All right, so, sir, you're gonna have to wait till 1 p.m. today. You are gonna bond out. It's a technicality, okay? Apparently what happened is the police...
I know what happened.
Okay.
I told the officer what he did.
Just, sir, you know what? There's nothing we can do. The jail has to get the paperwork so you can get bonded out. You're just gonna have to be patient. I appreciate your patience. You'll be back at 1 o'clock, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. All right, let's see if we can get his... Hold on one moment. on Craig Shapiro, we just did. So we're done with that docket. Sir, which case are you here on? Good morning.
Mr. Wimette. It's with an
Okay.
O, O-U-I-M-E-T.
Oh, yes, I
It was,
remember Mr. Wimette.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Gottlieb was here last week a few times. Apparently there's add charges.
All right, let's get him up here first. Mr. Ryan Anthony Wimette.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, that's page 10 of a docket. Good morning, Mr. Wimette. How are you?
I'm okay, Judge. How are you?
Good. Let me just tell you what's going on here today. You have some ad charges. You have count 11, burglary of an unoccupied dwelling, unarmed. We need to talk about bond. Count 12 is grand theft between $300 and $5,000, $1,000 bond. Counts 13, 14, 15, and 16 is dealing in stolen property, $3,500 bond on each one. 17 and 18 is false owner info pond, items $300 or more, $3,500 bond per count. And then we have page 2, same thing, 19 and 20, false owner info pond, items $300 or more, $3,500 bond. Court does find probable cause. Counselor, can you announce your appearance for the record, please?
Mark Strandell with Michael Gottlieb, Your Honor.
Okay, nice to see you.
You as well.
All right, so what are we doing with this, folks?
Your Honor, set the bond on his two previous burglary dwelling ad charges that we had last Friday at $5,000 each. I'd be requesting that the court set the bond at $5,000 on this burglary.
It's the same thing we're asking for, Your Honor. He can't make bond at this time anyway.
And obviously, conditions of no victim contact, no return.
Did I put him on GPS or anything?
He was put on GPS his first 2 counts, none of the rest, so, I mean...
Okay, I'm sorry, what is your name? All right, come on up here. Huh?
Not here on this case.
Which case are you here on? Okay, well, what does this have to do with Wilmette?
Nothing.
Oh, take a seat then. Oh, okay, and I heard, I'm sorry. Have a seat. I thought you were here on this case. Okay. All right, so. Thank you. Who gave me this? Thanks, Michelle. All right, so. You don't have any objection to any of the bonds?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. On count 11, court's gonna set the bond at $49.99. On count 12, the court's gonna set the bond at $999. And then I'm gonna leave 13 through 20 at $3,500. There's going to be no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim in this case, who has the initials SE. That means no contact in person, calling, texting, writing, or through third parties. Obviously, that doesn't include your attorney. And there's no return, sir, to the 1 Southwest 94th Terrace plantation. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And the court on count 11 only is going to do GPS level 2. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too, ma'am.
Okay. All right, and then we have family here for, we'll take family, page 11, Mike Jocks. Page 11. What'd you say, Mr. Reedy? I'm sorry.
Mr. Johnson is here present, Judge?
Okay, is your name Mr. Jocks?
Yes, ma'am.
That's how you say it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we have family members here. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
All right, can you tell us your names and your relationship to
Gael.
Mr. Jocks?
Gael Jacques, I'm the mother.
I'm Giselle Gonzalez, his girlfriend.
Okay. All right, Mr. Jocks, you're charged with robbery with a firearm. There's a no bond hold. You do have a capias for traffic. I believe that is for driving while license is suspended, first offense. Bond is set at $100. Court does find probable cause. Court's going to order no victim contact, sir, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim in this case, with the initials FK, and he's a junior. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you hear me say before what no contact, direct or indirect, encompasses, what that means?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. State, what are you requesting on count one?
Your Honor, I'm going to be seeking a no bond hold on count one upon a finding of proof evident or presumption grade for first appearance purposes only. Your Honor, the allegations in the report would satisfy the elements of robbery with the firearm. It does appear that Mr. Jocks and the alleged victim are known to one another, and the alleged victim...
They are known?
It would appear so, Your Honor, based on the statement that Mr. Jocks made to the alleged victim, don't come around my house, stop talking to my sister, noting that the alleged victim also identified Mr. Jocks from a photo array with 100% certainty. Your Honor, the state is also seeking a no bond hold out of concern, noting that Mr. Jocks is currently on probation before Judge Rothschild. It was a felony that was pled out to a misdemeanor carrying a concealed weapon, where he was found on campus of Everglades High School with a black folding knife concealed in his vehicle.
Okay. So you're seeking a finding of
Proof evident or presumption, yes, Your
grade.
Honor.
Okay. Mr. Reedy.
Yes, Your Honor. We would be objecting to the state's request to hold Mr. Jacques without bond on this charge and making a finding of proof evident presumption great. That is the highest standard that we have in criminal law. And what the state has introduced before this court is a probable cause affidavit, which is designed to establish probable cause, one of the lowest standards that we have in criminal court. It does appear, I agree with Mr. Lender, that Mr. Jacques and the alleged victim do know each other. That explains the 100% positive identification, so that should not be a mystery in this particular case. It appears as though Mr. Jacques is accused of operating in conjunction with others. How much of a role he played is perhaps not clear. The fact that they do know each other, I think, gives rise to the inference, and that there's some problem with him talking to the sister, gives rise to the lack of credibility, or certainly the allegations being subject to attack. For all we know, the victim could very well have a motivation to manufacture these allegations. This happened in January 7th of 2018. I guess Mr. Jacques was just arrested. Mr. Romero, I'm sure, can provide us with an indication as to how easy it would be to find Mr. Jacques if anyone actually had been looking for him, and arrest him back in January. We're now in the middle of May, so I don't know why it is that he was not arrested prior to that. I would ask the court not to make a finding of proof evident presumption great and set a bond for Mr. Jacques. In the alternative, if the court does find that the proof evident and presumption great standard has been met over defense objection, we would ask the court, even at that point in time, to exercise its discretion in setting a bond for Mr. Jacques. I think it's very clear. He has his mother here, he has his girlfriend here, and also for the record, Your Honor, everyone here from Mr. Jacques, raise your hand. So there's another 5 or 6 people here from the community who've come to show support for him this morning, which would indicate that he is not a flight risk.
Okay. All right. Mr. Jacques, I have reviewed the probable cause affidavit filed in your case, and I find probable cause. I further find the proof of guilt to be evident or the presumption great. Therefore, sir, you're going to be held without bond until further order of the court. This order is without prejudice for you to file a motion to set bond with your assigned division judge and request a hearing under State v. Arthur. You are not to possess any firearms, ammunition, or any weapons. Even though you're going to be held no bond, I feel it's incumbent upon me to say it since there was a gun involved in this incident, and if you do possess any, you're to surrender them immediately upon your release to your local police department. Thank you very much, sir. Good luck to you, okay? Good luck to you, okay? Oh, and count two, the capias, I'm gonna make $1.
Yes,
Okay,
Judge.
thank you. All right, do we have anybody else? Let's see, we have family here on Demetris Irvin. Did you pull all his cases? Okay. Now we have the right person.
Yes. Now we have.
Okay. Gets confusing in here sometimes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Mr. Demetris Irvin, we have your family members here. Would you like to announce your appearance for the record, please?
My name is Brandon Ivory. I'm his brother.
Okay, spell your last name.
Ivory.
Okay, and your name?
Aaliyah Moore, I'm his girlfriend.
All right, spell your last name.
Moore.
Okay. All right, Mr. Irwin, you have a touch or strike battery, $1,000 bond. Count two is aggravated assault with a deadly weapon with without intent to kill. We need to talk about bond. Court does find probable cause.
Judge, bond was posted on count 1 already.
All right, so bond's been posted on count 1. Let's talk about count 2.
And, Your Honor, based on the allegations, noting the strength of evidence, there appears to be an independent witness that observed the entire incident and spoke with law enforcement. I'd be requesting a $3,500 bond on count 1. And I do apologize if the court did already order it. I'd be requesting no victim contact.
Okay, so no victim contact with,
Be R.I. and C.S.
which has the same last name as him. Just to let you know, Renisha Irvin.
Can I state something for the record?
Okay.
Don't discuss the facts of the case.
Oh, okay. I was just going to say that was his sister. That's his sister. That's our sister. Ranisha Irvin, Cheyenne Irvin. That's his sister. She has the same last name as him. That's his sister. She was in the vehicle as well when the incident happened. So that's why she was a witness trying to explain the situation to the officers.
So why would we do? Is she an alleged victim or an alleged witness? It is his sister. State.
That's fine, Your Honor.
All right,
Just with
so the
CS
alleged
then.
victim is, give me the initials.
C.S.
Okay, sir, so there's gonna be no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim in the case with the initials C.S. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You heard me before say what's, no contact, direct or indirect means?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right, sir, are you gonna be living at 230 Georgia Avenue, Fort Lauderdale?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, that's where your mail, is there an apartment number attached to that?
No, ma'am.
All right, defense, any objection to the $3,500 bond?
Judge.
Can he afford it?
No, he's actually working. He works at Fort Lauderdale Airport. He's a crew member at a restaurant, making about $12.44. My understanding is his brother goes to Barber Academy, so he really can't help. He's going to be relying on his father, who works for a pest control company, to help post his monetary bond. I know they've already, from what I've been advised, they already posted count 1, so I know they're trying to use all their funds to post a bond on count 2. We're asking for somewhere in the neighborhood about a $1,500 bond. Besides working, Judge, he is a senior at Sunrise High School. He is studying. He eventually wants to go to Broward College and get a college degree. He lives with his father in Fort Lauderdale, as the address that was mentioned earlier, Judge. I believe he has no prior convictions, Judge. We believe that a total of a $2,500 bond on Mr. Irving's behalf would be reasonable under the situation.
Okay, can you afford a $3,500 bond?
No,
You were
ma'am.
shaking your head yes initially.
Yes, because like I was thinking with me, her, and my mom and his dad.
Because it's $350.
$350. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
All right, $3,500 on 2, 1,000 on 1. No victim contact, sir. Thank you. Look for your court date, sir. Sir,
Thank you, Judge.
needs to look for his court date in 7 to 10 days.
Yes, ma'am.
All
Thank
right,
you very
he
much.
can go to browardclerk.org. Good luck
Yes,
to you,
ma'am.
okay?
All right.
You're welcome.
Goodbye.
Hello, Mr. McLawrence. Let's take the
Corey
first-
Ware.
Charles Ware, Judge.
Yes. Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Mr. Ware's here in the main jail. I'm not sure what page he's on, though.
What page? Where's my list? I think it's one of the.
He's on page 7.
Page 7.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, I had it right here. All right, Mr. Ware, good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine.
All right, Mr. Ware, you have a capious misdemeanor for, I believe this is an open container. What are we doing with this, Mr. McLawrence?
Judge, as you can see, I've spoken to Mr. Ware. He told me that he does have a place to stay. He works off and on doing day labor, and he would like to resolve this matter.
Adjudication time served, $78 fine.
And I mentioned that to him. He asked if he could have 6 months to pay off the court costs, Judge.
Sure.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, sir, raise your right hand. Do you swear and or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is your name Charles Ware, W-A-R-E?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. It's my understanding you don't want a trial. You want to plead guilty or no contest to an open container, sir?
No contest.
Okay. Anybody forcing you to do this?
No, ma'am.
You understand what's going on here today? You're not under the influence of alcohol or drugs or medication or been treated for a mental illness that would affect your ability to understand what's going on here today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you're going to plead no contest. The court accepts this plea, find that it's freely and voluntarily entered to the open container. Court has reviewed the court file and finds probable cause for the plea. Adjudication time served, $78 in court costs, 6 months to pay the court costs. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. Good luck to you, sir, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, I'm going to call the other two MOs and head up to the courtroom with the orders of
Who do you want us to take?
Judge, there's Julie Stevens and there's also
All right, let's
Amanda
take her then.
Dunaway. Well, Judge, I just want to give them a call. I haven't spoken to them as yet.
Oh,
And
no
then I'll head up to
problem.
your
Let me
courtroom.
know. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, page 13.
Terry.
Solomon Eugene Terry. We have family here?
Judge, I'm going to need to see the affidavit on this.
Printing it now.
Okay.
Solomon Terry.
All right. Solomon Eugene Terry. Sir, you're charged with count 1, improper exhibit of firearm or dangerous weapon. There's a no bond hold. Count 2 is aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill. There's a no bond hold. Count 3 is grand theft of a firearm. There's a $25,000 bond set on that. Court does find probable cause. Did you hear me? The court found probable cause. So we have 2 persons here today. Good morning. How are you? Good. Can you tell us your name and spell your last name for the record and tell us your relationship to Mr. Terry, please?
I'm his uncle. My last name Graham. First name Cal.
Okay. So how do you spell your last name?
Graham.
Thank
First
you.
name Cal.
Hi, my name is Imani Jackson. IMANIJACKS. I'm his girlfriend and mother of his child.
Okay. All right, so are you here to tell us something specifically or just for support, or you want us to go first and then you can see if you want to add something? Okay. All right, so state.
Your Honor, I'm going to be asking for, at a minimum, the same bonds that you set for his co-defendant who's mentioned in the arrest warrant affidavit.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I could just have a moment, please.
Sure, take your time.
Thanks. Yeah.
Short docket.
Okay. Your Honor, his co-defendant was arrested on the same warrant for the same counts. And bonds were set at $50,000 on count 1, $25,000 on count 2, $25,000 on count 3. I would also note, as you can see in the arrest warrant affidavit, that his co-defendant was only alleged to have been a principal. Mr. Terry is the alleged shooter into the home. So certainly he has greater culpability than even his co-defendant. Additionally, Your Honor, I'm very concerned based on his juvenile history. I'm going to show it to Mr. Reed.
I'd like to say something.
Just one moment. We're going to go sidebar.
Same thing what you just said.
Well,
If
that's
they
what we're going to do,
accidentally
because
put
that's
them
what
on
the
the
chief judge
docket,
wants to do, huh?
Yeah, I had a note, they wanted me to discuss that after court, what you just said. If they accidentally put them on the docket, it's just easier to
Yeah,
go
I'm just
ahead
going to
and
make a note
register.
of how many times it happens and
Right.
stuff like that, but that's okay. All right, so let's go back to this.
Your Honor, and just noting the aggravating allegations, this was a shooting into an occupied home where juveniles were present. The strength of the evidence, Mr. Terry was seen fleeing from the vehicle where the firearms were located, and witnesses, occupants of the vehicle, identified Mr. Terry as the shooter. So in addition, we would ask for those same bonds at a minimum to be set. In addition, a pretrial release with a GPS monitor level 1, no firearms, weapons, or ammunition, no victim contact, no contact with any residents at the listed location, and no return to that residence. Yes.
Okay, Mr. Reedy or Romero, who's going?
As far as the monetary bond, Judge, I can go ahead and address
Regarding anything, are you going to go, Mr. Reedy?
No, Judge. I've reviewed the affidavit to arrest. I would point out Mr. Terry is 19 years old, Judge.
Mm-hmm.
It says 21.
And obviously does have support from the community, his family members coming to court to support him here this morning.
And Mr. Romero, I'd like you to keep in mind that it says Jopper handed Solomon the rifle, at which time Solomon lowered the window, placing the rifle in front of Tamia, at which time he fired multiple rounds at the victim's residence, so.
I understand the seriousness of the allegations, Judge. But the only thing I'm going to be letting you know at this time, he's been here in our community his whole entire life. He did attend school here, a New Generation Academy. It's a performing arts school in Broward County. Right now, he's employed. He's at a car wash. He's been there for about 2 years. He gets paid about like $5 per vehicle. He lives in Fort Lauderdale. He's been living at the same residence now for about 3 years. Financially, from what he advised me, he has no money in the bank. He owns no sort of assets. He doesn't own a vehicle. He does have a family in our community, as evidenced by his uncle coming here to support him. Judge, the only person that he's going to be relying on to post his monetary bond is going to be his uncle. So therefore, Judge, I ask you to take Mr. Terry's financial situation into account, along with the allegations, and determining reasonable release conditions on Mr. Terry's behalf.
All right, there's going to be no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim in this case, sir, with the initials EM. No contact, direct or indirect, means no calling, texting, any in-person contact. You see the person, you go the other way. No contact on social media, and no contact, sir, by third parties to the alleged victim, EM. Do you understand? Do you understand, sir?
Answer out loud, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Did you want to say something?
Yes, I just want to say that it seemed like to me everybody just pointing the finger at him because he wasn't in, I guess, in custody at the time or something. So I don't know why is they making it seem like he's the bad guy if everybody in the car together. You see what I'm saying? I don't understand that. So something can't be right.
All right. Well, today is not his trial day, and today is just.
I'm just going by what y'all read.
No, I know. I understand. So, but today's not his trial day, and he is going to be represented, I would say most likely, more likely than not, by the public defender. So, this is what the court's going to do. Court is going to set a $50,000 bond on count 1. They are serious allegations. Count 2, the court is going to set bond at $25,000. And count 3 is going to be $25,000, so it's a total of $100,000 bond. The court is going to order, sir, no firearms, no possession of any firearms, ammunition, or weapon. And if you do have any when you're released, you're to immediately surrender them to your local police department. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, anything else by anybody?
Your Honor, I am going to be requesting pretrial release of the GPS monitor level 1. I am going to ask that the no contact order also include any residents at the home that is the subject of these charges.
All right, no return to where?
That would be.
Okay,
Well, Your Honor, I would, and it's 1523 Northwest.
Hold on, I'm writing it down. 1523 Northwest
23rd Avenue in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, sir, so there's no return to 1523 Northwest 23rd Avenue. Your address where you're going to get your mail is 4540 Northwest 36th Street, apartment 104.
Is that your mailing? Yes, Judge.
All right, GPS level 1. This is all without prejudice for him to go before his assigned division judge and ask for different conditions and a different bond, okay? All right, thank you very much. Good luck to you. Okay, Creole interpreter, Jacques Jean-Baptiste, page 6. Hello, good morning. How are you? Nice to see you.
I believe North Broward, Judge.
Okay. All right, raise your right hand.
Yes, Your Honor,
Do you
North Broward.
swear and or affirm to translate
it's in the
from
second.
English to Creole, Creole to English to the best of your ability?
Yes, I do.
All right, say the first and last name, spell your last name.
Jacques Bayardel, Bayardelle.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Jean-Baptiste. How are you today?
Bonjour, Monsieur Jean-Baptiste. Qui j'aurais ma jeudi?
Can you hear us, sir?
Est-ce que vous entendez-nous?
Parlez plus fort.
Ok, bonjour. Qui j'aurais jeudi?
Pas trop mal.
Not too bad.
All right, sir, you have a capias. You didn't show up at calendar call
Ou pas paraître dans le calendrier colo,
for a trespass, other structure, or conveyance.
passer ou trespasser d'un côté,
Bond set at $250.
$150.
That's by Judge Wren. That's Division MT, though,
C'est Judge Rem, c'est vrai ça, de division MT.
which you have a hearing date May 21st,
Ou gon hearing day le 21 mai.
which is a week from today
11 jours à partir, 11 semaines, dans 11 semaines à partir de jeudi,
at 2 p.m.
à 2 heures de l'après-midi.
Does anybody want to be heard? Mr. Reedy, does he
Well-
want to resolve his case today? Would you like to inquire via the interpreter?
Yes, I was not able to speak to Mr. Jean-Baptiste earlier.
I understand.
Ok, avocat peut essayer ou est-ce qu'il a résoudre qu'est-ce aujourd'hui. Il pas capable d'avoir avant parce qu'il pas parler créole.
You can either
As my
speak to him-
Creole is very bad.
Créole il pas bon, donc il pas capable d'avoir.
Mr. Jean-Baptiste,
Monsieur Jean-Baptiste,
Would you like to speak to him privately?
that can be kind of difficult to do
I know, but
sometimes.
if you'd
Sure,
like
I'll
to.
give it a try if you want.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, so why don't we do this? Why don't we, just go off the record for one moment? Can you tell him to go, yeah. Okay, all right, so let's go off the record. The only problem is we have to reset them to 1 o'clock because the state wants the victim advocate and the victim to have an opportunity to appear, so. But anyway, let's get back to Jack Jean Baptiste. We can talk about that after today, after the docket's over. So,
Yes, Your Honor, I have spoken with Mr. Jean Baptiste.
okay. Mr. Interpreter?
With the aid
Yes,
of our interpreter.
Yes, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Lui parler avec Jean-Baptiste.
I've explained the terms of the state's offer to him.
Il expliqué terme yo ba ou. Avocat c'est avocat qui parle konya.
And he wishes to give up his right to a trial.
Et ko give up droit ou passer à dans jugement.
Enter a plea of no contest.
Et ou ton plea no contest.
With the understanding that the sentence will be.
Et comprendre que sentence là c'est poil.
In adjudication and the time that he has served in jail.
Ba ko fait en prison à compter pour donc pas besoin de tourner en prison.
So he understands he will be released from jail later today.
Il a plagué aujourd'hui ou absurde dans prison.
Your Honor, I'm also going to ask the court to order Mr. Jean Baptiste.
La demande court là, ça c'est l'autre avocat qui a parlé. La demande court là, dit monsieur Jean-Baptiste.
That he is not to return to the stop and go.
Faut pas tourner dans stop and go.
Located at 3774
Qui dans 3774
Northeast 3rd Avenue.
Northeast 3e Avenue. Faut pas tourner là.
3rd Avenue?
Northeast 3rd Avenue in Deerfield Beach.
Dans Deerfield Beach.
And I did also discuss that with Mr. John
Et me
Baptiste.
discute avocat dit de discuter ça avec tout.
And explain to him if he goes
Explique
back
que
there,
sous tourner là,
he will be arrested again.
il a pas arrêté encore.
Thank you. All right, so the offer is?
Offre c'est
Time served.
It's an adjudication and time served.
OK, temps ou te faire observe you.
Okay, sir, if you would kindly raise your right hand, Mr. Baptiste.
Levez main, monsieur Jean-Baptiste, levez main droite tout.
Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Ou jurez quoi dire la vérité, seulement la vérité.
Oui.
Yes.
Put your hand down, sir.
Descends main. Descends main.
It's my understanding you wish to give up your right to a trial, sir?
Vous comprenez ou want give up droit pour aller dans jugement?
Plaît-il?
Yes. Ou give up, c'est juge qui parle connait, il dit ou pas voulez aller dans jugement. Répondre.
He doesn't want to try, does he want a trial?
Est-ce qu'on veut aller dans jugement ou on pas veut aller dans jugement?
Bah, il en prison.
I don't want to go to jail.
He's in jail, does he want to go to trial?
Ou en prison connait, est-ce qu'on veut aller dans jugement?
En prison pour l'air, il veut larguer.
I want to get free.
Okay, does he want to give up his right to have a trial, or does he want to admit to the charge today?
Est-ce que vous voulez give up droit pour aller dans jugement ou bien ça vous voulez faire aujourd'hui? Ou bien ça avocat te dit?
Il veut aller.
I want to go. I want to leave.
Okay, so he has to tell me if he wants to give up his right to a trial.
Est-ce que vous voulez give up droit pour aller dans jugement? Dis oui. Est-ce que vous voulez give up droit pour aller dans jugement? Ou dit qu'on n'a pas besoin d'aller dans jugement?
Pas besoin d'aller.
I don't have to go to trial.
Okay. He's got to say, Mr. Reedy, would you like to, and then put who you are, you know?
Yes, Mr. Jean Baptiste.
Monsieur Jean-Baptiste,
This is your lawyer talking.
c'est avocat qui a parlé.
If you want to accept the plea
Si vous voulez accepter plea
and get out of jail,
et sortir de prison,
you have to give up your right to a trial.
faut give up droit pour aller dans jugement.
So you need to tell the judge
Il faut
that
dire
you
juge
do
là
not want a trial.
qu'on pas voulait aller dans jugement.
Pas aller.
I don't want to go to trial.
Thank you.
OK, merci.
Is anyone forcing you to do this?
Est-ce qu'aucun monde a forcé à faire ça?
Plaît-il?
Est-ce qu'aucun monde forcé ou dit ça?
Pas bien entendu.
Est-ce qu'aucun monde forcé ou dit ça?
Non.
Non.
C'est moi qui voulais me dire.
I want to say it.
Yeah. Regardez. Moi, je vais l'autre bail qui me encore. Je vais un ticket pour le 17 avril.
I had a ticket for April 17.
Est-ce que je n'ai pas besoin de venir le 17 avril là dans le jugement? Non, pour
Do,
ticket.
do I have to come on April 17th
Yeah.
I don't
for the
know.
ticket?
For what ticket?
I don't know.
I have no idea. You know what, Mr. Reedy? I'm not feeling comfortable with all of this right now. So I don't know if you want to enlist the services of the interpreter or, I mean, he failed to appear at calendar call. So,
Yes, I understand that, Judge.
so why don't you inquire, sir?
All right. Mr. Jean-Baptiste?
Monsieur Jean-Baptiste,
Yeah.
Do you want to resolve this case today?
est-ce qu'on veut résoudre qu'est-ce là aujourd'hui? Fini à ça.
Plaît-il?
Est-ce qu'on veut résoudre question aujourd'hui? Ou voulez finir à ça aujourd'hui?
Oui.
Yes.
You missed court. That is why you're here.
Ou pas tal dans court, c'est pour ça qu'on là.
I don't believe you have any other court dates pending.
M'pas quoi qu'on gagne aucune autre date pour aller dans court encore.
It's
All
my
right.
understanding
C'est ça me comprendre.
that you have resolved all of your other matters.
Ou résoudre tout l'autre problème ou te gagne, ou résoudre yo.
And this is the only matter that remains.
Par conséquent, c'est seul bagage qui rete.
Do you understand?
Vous comprenez?
Oui.
Yes.
Okay, do you understand, sir, that if you're not a U.S. citizen,
Vous comprenez? Sous pas un citoyen américain,
a plea of his charge
sous dit, nos contestes là, ça a causé que,
could result in deportation
yo déporté ou.
against you
Oui.
Yes.
and affect your ability to remain in the United States.
Et affecte possibilité pour rester aux États-Unis.
Oui.
Yes.
Okay, and you ever been treated for a mental illness?
Yo j'aime traiter ou parce que vous avez une maladie mentale.
Plaît-il?
Yo j'aime traiter ou parce que vous avez un problème mental.
Non.
Non.
You're not under the influence of any drugs, alcohol?
Ou pas sous influence drogue ou alcool qu'on y a.
Non.
Non.
You understand what's going on here today?
Ou connaît ça qui a passé là aujourd'hui?
Bah, qu'on est, non?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, sir, do you understand what's going on here today?
Est-ce qu'on comprend ça qui a passé là aujourd'hui?
Meaning that,
I'm in front of the judge.
okay.
All right.
Mr. Reedy, would you like to just clarify that he understands what's going on here today?
Okay. Do you have any questions for me about what is happening?
Est-ce qu'on a une question pour avocat sur ça qui a passé là?
Plaît-il?
Est-ce qu'on a une question pour avocat pour expliquer ça qui a passé? Ça qui a passé qu'on y a?
Yeah.
Yes.
N'est pas juge, m'a jugé.
I'm being judged.
Yes, you are entering a plea to trespassing.
Ou a font pli là côté entrer en côté pour pas aller.
By admitting your guilt,
Mais ou dit qu'on coupable,
you are getting out of jail.
ou a sorti de prison.
The judge wants you to be aware
Juge là vle que ou comprendre
that entering this plea
que l'on
could
fait
affect
plus
your
ça.
ability to stay in the United States.
Ça qui a causé qu'on pas arrêter aux États-Unis sous pas citoyen américain.
Do you understand?
Est-ce qu'on comprend ça?
Oui.
Yes.
Do you want to continue with the plea?
Est-ce qu'on veut continuer avec plia?
Plaît-il?
Ou voulez continuer ça n'a fait là?
Non, fini.
Yeah, till it's finished.
You want to finish it today?
Ou voulez finir tout le bagage jeudi?
Oui.
Yes.
Do you have any other questions for me?
Est-ce qu'on a aucune autre question pour moi en tant qu'avocat?
Plaît-il?
Est-ce que vous avez aucune question pour moi? C'est avocat moi. Est-ce que vous avez une question pour moi?
Non.
Non.
Okay.
All right, how do you wish to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Qui j'en plaidé? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
2, trespass, other structure, or
Pour
conveyance.
trespasser.
Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty, not guilty, no contest. Should I mention that you said to go plead no contest?
I'm sorry?
Should I indicate that you wanted to plead no contest?
Yes.
Avocat,
Baptiste,
Monsieur Baptiste, avocat la te vli ko plead no contest.
did we discuss the possibility of you pleading no contest?
Nous te discuté avant possibilité pour plead no contest.
Do you want to plead no
Est-ce
contest
que vous voulez
and resolve the
plaider
case today?
no contest et puis résoudre que ça jeudi? Yes.
Then how do you plea?
Qui j'en
Guilty,
plead?
not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty, not guilty, no contest. Faut parler, oui.
Mr. John Baptiste,
Monsieur Jean-Baptiste.
you must enter a plea to the charge.
Faut dire, sauve le dire. C'est guilty, not guilty, no contest. Sauve le, plaider. Avocat te dit ou plead no contest. I've nothing else to say. I want to finish everything.
Do you want to plead? Do you want to admit your guilt and resolve the case today?
Est-ce que vous voulez résoudre question aujourd'hui? Est-ce que vous voulez résoudre question aujourd'hui? I cannot hear too well what's going on.
All right, this is,
If you want to resolve the case today,
Si vous voulez résoudre question aujourd'hui,
you need to enter a plea.
faut entrer en pli. Faut plaider un bagay.
You can plead guilty
Ou ka plaider guilty
or no contest,
ou bien no contest. Est-ce que vous voulez plaider no contest?
or you can plead not guilty and go to trial.
Ou bien plaider not guilty et puis aller dans le jugement.
But if you want to resolve the case today
Mais
and
si
get
vous-
out of jail today,
Si vous voulez résoudre question aujourd'hui et sortir de la prison,
then you will have to enter a plea of either guilty or no contest.
faut dire not guilty ou bien no contest. Est-ce que vous voulez no contest là?
Do you understand?
Est-ce que vous comprenez? Yes.
How do you plea?
Qui j'en plaide? Qui j'en plaide?
all right,
Qui j'en plaide? I'm pleading to go, to leave.
all right. Ask him if he has a problem with his hearing.
Est-ce que vous avez un problème ou pas qu'attendez bien? Est-ce que vous avez un problème attendez? Yes. I can't hear well.
Has he heard everything that we've said to him today?
Est-ce que vous entendez tout le bagage nous dit aujourd'hui? Hein? Essayez not to go back to the place where I was.
All right. Is there a deputy at North Broward? I just want to make sure that it's loud enough there. Can you hear us loud?
No, there's somebody there.
Can you hear us in there?
Est-ce que vous entendez nous?
I can hear you fine.
I hear you fine.
Okay, I think you can hear it a little better now.
All right, go ahead.
Can you hear us a little better now, Mr. Jean Baptiste?
Monsieur Jean-Baptiste, est-ce que vous entendez nous tikas pi bon kounye? Hein? Yes.
Would you like to resolve the case today
Est-ce que vous voulez résoudre question aujourd'hui? Hein?
by entering a plea of no contest,
Ou ap entrer en pli no contest.
which will allow you to get out of jail today?
Qui a permettre ou sorte de prison aujourd'hui? Hein? Yes, I want to go out today.
How do you plea?
Qui j'en plaide?
Do you plead no contest?
Est-ce que vous plead no contest? Est-ce que vous plaidez no contest pour ça sortir de prison? Yes, I want to go out of jail.
All right, I'm not going to take his plea today. It's either he can't hear us or he doesn't understand what's going on. I don't feel comfortable.
Excuse me.
Yes.
He
Wait,
was-
let the interpreter tell him that.
OK, juge là pas vle prendre juge là gen impression pas comprendre ça n'a djou là. Ou pas attendre. Parce que sous tes plis de no contest ou t'as sorti, mon pas jamais dire li. I heard what you said now. There's something I'm told I don't quite understand. OK, donc vous comprenez tout ba kounia. I understand everything now.
He was being released on a withhold. He had other multiple cases in which he received a withhold of adjudication. Unfortunately, when this case is,
Okay, the problem is, Sheila, he's got to be able to translate, so just, oh, yeah, I do the same thing too. Okay, so what did you just say, and then I'm going to let Sheila go.
Okay, go ahead.
No, what did you just say that he said? I missed that because Sheila.
He understands everything now. He can hear it now.
Okay. So.
Judge, I
All
was
right.
just advising for your purposes, though.
You what?
I just wanted to let you know, not him, that he was being released. He had received withhold. He had other charges that he wasn't in custody on. He received a withhold on those. They took care of everything. Then this one came up. So that's why he's back here today.
All right, this is the only charge that he has pending in Broward.
C'est seul charge qu'on gagne contre ou qu'on y en a Broward.
So, Mr. Jean Baptiste.
Donc, c'est seul charge contre ou dans Broward. Yes.
So, Mr. Baptiste, let's start from the top.
Bon, Monsieur Jean-Baptiste, on commence depuis le commencement.
Do you wish to have a trial, or do you want to plead guilty or no contest to the charge of trespass, other structure, or conveyance?
Vous voulez aller dans le jugement, ou bien vous voulez plead guilty, ou bien no contest pour charge de faire là, côté dans chita. Yeah, I was sitting on the bench. Ok, je comprends. Mais qui joue à plaider? Ou à plaider guilty ou bien no contest? Faut me voir, man. Parler. No contest.
Okay, so he wants to give up his right to a trial.
Donc, vous give up droit pour aller dans le jugement, right? Ou quitter droit pour aller dans le jugement, ou plutôt plaider no contest là. I don't have money to pay.
All right, I'm going to reset him for this afternoon. Maybe you can speak to him a little bit, Mr. Reedy, with the interpreter. Yes.
Just so the court's aware, this is just what happens when Mr. Jean Baptiste comes through here and it's tried to resolve over and it appears they probably have more success when he's actually brought before his division judge.
Okay. I don't know, Willie, can you see if they can get Mr. Baptiste over here in person from North Broward? All right, let's recall him. Just give us a moment and let Willie call, and then you can tell us. He's at North Broward. Can he be here by 1 o'clock?
Mr. Baptiste.
Tell Mr. Baptiste we're going to see if we can bring him here at 1
N'a pas essayé ouais si nous camènons ici dans côte là à 1h de l'après-midi jeudi.
Okay?
OK? N'a pas venir dans côte là à 1h de l'après-midi jeudi. N'a pas si nous camènons dans côte là jeudi à 1h.
Okay, tell him we'll see him at 1 o'clock.
Okay, now we're at 1h, okay? Now we're at 1h. Yeah, you have been on ici, yeah. All right.
Okay, so maybe if you come a little bit earlier, you can help Mr. Reedy.
Okay.
Whenever you come, and we can take a break, okay? Thank you.
I hope. I have to go to trial today.
Okay, well, someone has to, is there another Creole interpreter?
Yeah, there might be. There will be one. There will be one. There will be one. If I'm in trial, there'll be somebody else.
Okay, because we'll start at 1 o'clock, or we can start a little early just for this.
Okay, no problem.
Okay?
Here?
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Mr.
All right,
McLawrence, page 1. Julie Lynn Steffens, where is she?
She's at North Broward, Your Honor.
Thank you so much. I know.
Good morning.
Hey, Julie, how you doing?
Okay.
All right.
You're welcome.
We had better days, but, you know.
Yeah, I know.
All right,
Okay.
thank you for your patience. Are you Julie Lynn Steffens?
Stevens, yes.
Stevens,
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry. All right, you
Yes,
have a
ma'am.
capious misdemeanor. It is a $500 bond. This is for an alcoholic beverage violation.
Yes.
So you
don't
had a
speak.
no-show at arraignment, Judge Brown. So what are we doing with this?
Judge, I spoke to Ms. Stevens, and she indicated to me that she has some medical issues that she wants to try to take care of. She told me that she's currently homeless. She does want some assistance. I discussed with the Henderson Receiving Center to her. She told me that sounds like a good program, a good start. She is waiting for Medicaid and other health insurance to kick in, and also her Social Security to arrive.
They
So,
can help her with that too, with the CRC.
yes, I mentioned that to her, and she said that that's what she would like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we could do an adjudication time served, release her tomorrow morning for them to pick her up at 9 a.m.
Yes, Judge.
Unless they could do it later on today. All right, well, that's just something we'll find out. Ma'am, raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, I do.
All right, put your hand down. Is your name Julie Lynn Steffens, Stepheens?
Stevens, yes.
Stevens, I'm sorry, I keep saying that.
Yes, sir.
Because of the PH. Okay, it's my understanding you wish to waive your right to a trial?
Yes.
Anybody forcing you to do this?
No.
Are you under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medication?
No.
Ever been treated for a mental illness?
No.
You're supposed to be calling up to find out if she can go by 9 p.m. tonight or tomorrow morning. All right. Do you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, a plea to this charge could result in deportation proceedings and affect your ability to remain in the United States, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. Understanding what I just explained to you, do you want to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest to
No contest.
Hold on, I have to say what the charge is, okay?
Okay.
To an alcoholic beverage violation. Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Courts can accept your plea, find that it's freely and voluntarily entered. The court has reviewed the court file, finds probable cause for the plea. The court's going to adjudicate you and time serve you and impose $78, which I have to by law, in court costs. Court will give you 6 months to pay that.
Your Honor?
All right, hold on. Yes, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm not working and I'm homeless, and I don't know how I could get up that kind of money.
All right, well, unfortunately, ma'am, I have to impose court costs by law.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Mr. McLawrence will explain that to you. I will give you
Okay.
6 months to pay that. Mr. McLawrence can talk to you about an extension after that. So,
Okay.
6 months to pay. The court's gonna accept your plea, find that it's freely and voluntarily entered. Court has reviewed the
Yes.
court file and finds probable cause for the plea. 6 months to pay, $78, and you will be transferred to the Central Receiving Center tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So that'll be, look at this, 6, 5:16, 1:08 a.m. Okay, so May 16th by 9 a.m., okay, ma'am? You have 30
Yes,
days to
thank
appeal
you.
the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed.
No,
Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, they'll
Have a good day.
ma'am, they're gonna we need a transport, they're gonna transfer you to the main jail. And then the main jail will, you'll see the Central Receiving Center will come pick you up from there, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. You have to put the language in there that she's gonna be, transported, there's language for that. Okay. Okay, thanks. All right, Amanda Michelle Dunaway,
She's at Paul Ryan, Your Honor.
page 5 of the docket. Hello, ma'am, how are you?
All right.
All right, ma'am, you have a possession of cocaine, $1,000 bond. Count 2 is possession of drug paraphernalia. There's no bond attached to that, which is basically an ROR. Count 3 is a capious misdemeanor, $500 bond. You do have 2 VOP. You have a violation of your pretrial conditions in 2 felony cases. You are going to be held, no bond.
Judge,
Your Honor?
Judge, those counts 4 and 5 were no info, Your Honor.
Okay,
The jail's already ROR'd on those.
so ROR. No info. All right. All right, so the court does find probable cause, so the only thing we have is the possession of cocaine, the $1,000 bond, and then she has the capious, resisting without violence, where she no-showed at a hearing
Judge,
in front of Judge Gottlieb.
I wanted to discuss that with you because, Judge, she actually, I represented Ms. Dunaway when she was in front of Judge Gottlieb, and I represented her in another MO, and we tried to resolve both cases at the same time, but for some reason, this particular case, which she has on the docket, didn't show up on Judge Gottlieb's docket at that time, so it wasn't that she no-showed, she was there, and we tried to resolve both matters, but for some reason we couldn't find this other case and she got picked up on it.
Okay,
but
so
Judge,
does she want to resolve it
she
today?
does want to resolve it, Judge.
What was the plea offer, Mr. McLaurin?
Judge, she resolved it to a time served when she was in front of Judge Gottlieb, and she would ask for the same with this matter.
So did she resolve it, and she's going to enter a second plea today, or?
No, she resolved the other MO case, is what I
Okay,
meant to
I
say.
see.
I misspoke.
Okay. I just didn't want to impose court costs again if she,
Right, I understand, Judge.
okay. So, can she resolve it, though,
Yes, Judge, she can.
with the possession of cocaine?
Yes, Judge. It's not related to the possession of cocaine. There's possession of cocaine.
Okay, does defense have any objection to her resolving this case today? Resisting without, Mr. Reedy?
It's up to Miss Dunaway. It could have a minuscule effect on her sentencing guidelines score sheet for the felony if it happened before the felony. But no, I don't object. If she wants to resolve it, that's fine. I also need to know from Miss Dunaway what she wants to do with the felony charge, the possession of cocaine. Are you going to be able to bond out on a $1,000 bond?
We can't resolve that case today.
I can't bond out.
Is there anybody I can call for you?
No.
You just want to sit for a while?
Oh, can you call my ex-boyfriend?
I can.
His name is Will.
What is it?
Will.
What's his number?
239-440-0004.
Okay, I'll give him a call for you, see if he can come get you.
Thank you.
All right?
So what would you like to do, reset?
I just ask you to
Want to
leave.
resolve the MO? We can resolve
He
the
can.
MO?
She can resolve the municipal ordinance. I don't have a problem with that at all,
Okay,
Judge.
raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, put your hand down. Is your name Amanda Michelle Dunaway, Dunaway?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to resolve this resisting without violence case?
Yes.
No one's forcing you to do this?
No, ma'am.
Are you under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medication?
No, ma'am.
Ever been treated for a mental illness?
No.
All right. How do you wish to plead to resisting without violence? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Okay, the court's going to adjudicate you, time served you $78 in court costs. Find that your plea is freely and voluntarily given. The court has reviewed the court file and finds probable cause for the plea. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. So that is done. So all we have left is the possession of cocaine. I'll leave the $1,000 bond. I believe Mr. Reedy might be talking to your ex-boyfriend or leaving a message, one of the two.
Yeah.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Is that it, Mr. McLaurin? Okay.
Amber Alert, Brevard County.
Ma'am, do you get your mail at 501 Southeast First Street, Apartment 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Fort Lauderdale, you can get your mail there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Your Honor, I did speak with Will. He says, as her friend, he cannot post her bond. Is there anybody else?
No, I don't know anybody else here.
Do you have a place to stay?
Yeah.
How long have you been staying there?
For about a month and a half.
Who do you stay with?
I live with somebody, but he doesn't. He's I help take care of him. He's not mentally stable.
Your Honor, I'm going to be requesting that to keep the bond in place. Whether the case was no info or not, it doesn't change the fact that when she was last arrested, where she was also arrested on capias, you placed her on pretrial release with a GPS monitor, and she cut the monitor off and took off. They had no idea where she was.
All right, court's going to leave the bond at $1,000. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Candace Latrice Anderson.
North Broward, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
Good morning, ma'am. Could be better.
All right, well, you have a prostitution lewd act.
Yes,
you,
ma'am.
You missed your calendar call. There was a capias issued for a $500 bond. You want to resolve?
5 years ago.
Yes, she does. She want to resolve it, Judge. It's a 2013 case. It's also my understanding this is the only time she's been arrested for this type of charge.
Okay, State.
State's offer to be a withhold court cost, the HIV test, just with the receipt of test that the test was taken to be provided to the state attorney's office in 30 days, Your Honor.
We did discuss that, Judge. Is that what you want to do this morning, Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Okay.
And I would,
Don't say anything else. The judge will have some questions for you. Listen carefully.
Okay. Do you have something you want to speak to your attorney about, maybe?
yes.
All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
All right. Go to the phone to your left, ma'am.
Like 3 things, okay.
Yeah, so Judge, Ms. Anderson was inquiring as to the receiving center at Henderson Clinic. She sounds like she could benefit from the services available there.
Okay. All right, great. All right, ma'am, so raise your right hand. Do you swear and or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Absolutely.
put your hand down. Is your name Candace Anderson, Anderson?
Yes, ma'am.
It's my understanding you want to give up your right to a trial today?
Yes.
No one's forcing you to do this?
No, ma'am.
Are you under the influence of any alcohol or drugs?
No, ma'am.
Ever been treated for a mental illness?
No, ma'am.
You're not on any medications today, are you?
Oh, well, I did see a doctor about depression in 2008, now that I remember it.
Okay, but hold on a second. Don't tell me what it is. Does that affect your ability to understand what's going on here today?
Not at all.
Does anything affect your ability, any medication, anything affect your ability to understand what's going on here today?
No, ma'am.
You understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, a plea of his charge could result in deportation proceedings?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, understanding what I just explained to you, do you want to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest to prostitution lewd act?
No contest.
Court's going to accept your plea, find that it's freely and voluntarily entered. Court has reviewed the court file and finds probable cause for the plea. Court is going to withhold adjudication, so that's going to mean you don't have a conviction for it. Impose court costs of $293. Court is going to order you to take an HIV test within 30 days. You might want to tell them that at the receiving center. You have to only provide the receipt, not the results of a test, to the state attorney's office within 30 days of taking the test, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed. Good luck to you, ma'am. You'll be transported to the main jail.
Okay.
And they will take you from the main jail to the central receiving center, ma'am, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck to you,
Okay.
ma'am.
Good luck, Ms. Anderson.
Thank you.
Court does take judicial notice of the time that she served in the Broward County Jail. Can you call them again and maybe get her out? See if you can get her out by 9 o'clock tonight. All right, Valencia Chanel Weldon, please.
She was at North Broward, Your Honor. When I called the unit, they said that she's in a downtown courtroom, 4810.
All right, here you go, Willie. Raquel Lauren Ray, Rachel Ray.
Yes.
Hi, ma'am, how are you?
Been better.
All right, you have a grand theft between $300 and $5,000, $1,000 bond. Count 2, larceny of credit cards, $100 bond. Count 3, fraudulent use or possess ID of another without consent, $1,000 bond. Count 4, illegal use of a credit card 2 times less than 6 months. Goods less than $100, $100 bond. Court does find probable cause. Court's going to order no victim contact, ma'am, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim in the case, which means no contact in person, calling, texting, writing, anything on social media, and no contact with third parties. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Anybody wish to be heard with regard to bonds?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Rye is asking the court to consider pretrial release for her. She has
Okay.
been a resident.
Not object.
Okay. You would or would not?
I would.
Okay, go ahead.
She's been a resident of Florida for all of her life. She's been living in the same location for the last 3 years. She was working until recently. She just lost her job, so she's looking for another job. She has 2 years of college at the University of Miami, and from what I understand, the last time she was in any trouble was about 10 years ago. She's also provided with the number of the person that she lives with to call to see if they can help with bond, but she does not think that this person is going to be able to come up with $2,200 in bond.
Your Honor, I'm even more concerned now. It has been a lot more recent than 10 years since she's been in trouble. First off, in Palm Beach, she ended up pleading petty theft. She was arrested for a felony organized scheme to defraud, pleading out to theft. That was a 2016 case. She's got a warrant right now to the state of Georgia for failing to appear in court on drug charges. She also, let's see, she was arrested in 2010 for failure to appear in Palm Beach. Prior grand theft 2010 out of Boynton Beach. Prior grand theft out of Broward in 2009. Grand theft auto Boca 2008.
Can she afford any bond?
Well, Judge, she's not going to be able to make a monetary bond. So I think, from my understanding and my conversations with her, it's either pretrial release or she faces the very real possibility of staying in custody until this case is resolved.
2851 Northeast 5th Ave, Boca Raton.
No, ma'am.
Where do you live?
1025 Southwest 49th Ave, Plantation, Florida.
Who does she live there with?
My
So then we have 3 different addresses.
All right. This is what the court's going to do. The court will keep the bond of the grand theft at $1,000. Count 2, the court will ROR. Count 3, the court will ROR. Count 4, the court will ROR. Standard pretrial release. Thank you very much, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Christopher Nicole Jackson, please. Yes.
Paul Ryan.
Huh? Okay, on the lady that was here, Candace Anderson, we're gonna get her 9 p.m. tonight to the Central Receiving Center, okay? Deputy at North Broward. Hi.
Yeah. Hello.
All right, we had Candace Anderson. She's not still there, is she?
Yes, she is, ma'am.
Can you bring her back for one moment?
Miss Anderson. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, we're gonna send you to the Central Receiving Center by 9 p.m. tonight, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right. So, she's gotta be transported, Sheila, I don't know if it's you or pretrial, to the main jail by 9 p.m. tonight. You had to be released, okay? Thank you. Okay, Nicole Jackson, please.
Paul Ryan.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
How are you?
Fine, thanks. Ma'am, you have a grand theft auto, $1,000 bond. Count 2 and 3 are the same. Possession of blank, fictitious, unlawfully issued driver's license, $1,000 bond on each. So that's total 1, 2, and 3 is $3,000. Count 4 is driving with a suspended or revoked driver's license, habitual traffic offender, subsequent offense, $100 bond. And count 5 is driving with a suspended or revoked license, $25 bond. Total bond is $3,125. The court does find probable cause. The court is going to order no victim contact, direct or indirect, state.
Your Honor, Ms.
Oh, I see. With the alleged victim with the initials M.H. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
No contact, direct or indirect, ma'am, means no calling, texting, writing, no in-person contact, no contact on social media of any nature, even liking, disliking anything, and no contact through third parties, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is your address 110 Northwest 7th, I don't know what it is, 7 something.
It's northeast 17th Court.
Well, it says 7th. All right, so start from the top. Tell me what it is again.
110 northeast 17th Court.
Hold on, because I'm writing it down. 110 Northeast
17th Court.
Apartment number?
It's a house, Pompano.
Pompano Beach?
Mm-hmm.
And
33060.
33060. All right, I'm putting a note on your file for the clerk to update your address in all your cases forthwith. So the address is 110 Northeast 17th Court, Pompano Beach, Florida.
Yes, ma'am.
If your address changes, ma'am, it's your responsibility to tell the clerk of the court, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so, state?
She's out on bond for grand theft auto before Judge Fine right now.
Okay.
I was going to ask for pretrial release, Judge. Ms. Jackson has been living here all of her life. She has a family here, including her sister. She lives with her sister. From what I understand, that's right, you're going to stay with your sister. Is that right, Ms. Jackson? Is that what you had told me? Okay. And I think she has had some contact with the criminal justice system.
Well, she has
obviously
a pending grand theft auto
obviously from what Mr. Linder was telling us. And I appreciate that, Judge. But this is also a nonviolent offense. And from what Ms. Jackson indicates to me, she's not going to be able to make a monetary bond.
It's a new felony, the same felony that she's out on. She has other felonies in her past. She's facing the possibility of having her bond revoked and being held no bond. I mean, it's like Your Honor tells people, even when you put them on pretrial, that if they commit a new offense.
All right, GPS level 2, count 1, the court will do a $500 bond. Count 2, the court will do a $500 bond. Count 3, the court will do a $500 bond. Count 4 and 5, the court will do ROR. Total bond $1,500. GPS level 2, no victim contact. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Your Honor, I'm going to ask the court to sign a phone order so Ms. Jackson can
Sure.
get a hold of her sister to hopefully
problem.
bond her out. Okay, good luck, Ms. Jackson.
Thank you. Good luck to you. Ma'am, look for your court date in 7 to 10 days. Ma'am, what's your name there at Paul Ryan? What's your name?
Shailene Patricia Palazzo.
Okay, that's 2 after where we're at now. So, Shailene Patricia Palazzo, you have a violation of parole. You're gonna be held no bond. And the parole board will come and see you soon, okay?
They did. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
Good luck.
All right, anybody else at Paul Ryan?
Yeah, Your Honor, come on.
What's his name?
Myers. You can face Myers.
Page 9. M-Y-E-R-S.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. How do you say your first name? Keontae Myers. Good afternoon, sir, or good morning. You have count 16, capious felony. Bond is set at $100. It is for possession of drug paraphernalia. You actually have a hearing in front of Judge Barbara Duffy, May 21st, which is a week from today. Or I'm sorry, this coming Monday at 9 a.m. Court's going to set the bond at $99. Thank you, sir, and good luck to you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Rosalind is that it for Paul Ryan?
Yes, Your Honor, that's it.
Thank you. See you this afternoon.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Rosalind Elidor, please.
She's here, me.
All right, Miss Elidor, good morning, ma'am. You have count 1, petty theft, second degree, first offense, $25 bond. Count 2, attempt to use ID of another or a person without consent. It's a fraud charge. $1,000 bond. Count 3 is false ID given to a law enforcement officer. $100 bond. And count 4 is possess a blank or fictitious unlawfully issued driver's license. $1,000 bond. Court does find probable cause. Anybody wish to be heard?
Not at this time, Judge. Her family's going to be posting her bond.
All right. Thank you. Good luck to you. Next one is Brittany Marie Poor, please. And then after that is Orlando Don Henry.
Bonded.
Orlando Don Henry.
Medical reset.
Okay, this is a medical reset. Kendall Dwayne. Bolden.
No problem, John.
All right, Mr. Bolden. Hello, sir. Good morning. How are you?
Hi.
All right, sir. You have failure to comply with a conditional release plan. You are being held no bond by Judge Lerner Wren. You are going before her this Thursday, sir, at 2 p.m. Pending that hearing, you're going to be held no bond. Good luck to you, sir, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. John Arthur Bailey, and then after that is Terrence Mack.
Mr. Bailey's here at Main, Judge.
All right, good morning, Mr. Bailey. You have disorderly conduct, breach of the peace. Court does find probable cause. Court is going to order no return, sir, to the Nelson Diner at 438 South Cypress Road. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You know what happens if you go back there?
Come back here, I guess.
Yes, you do. You get arrested. So, sir, just don't return there, okay?
Yeah.
All right, what do you want to do with this case, defense?
Judge, she wishes to resolve the case today.
State?
I don't have an offer. I don't know if there's other issues going on with Mr. Bailey. I'm just looking here. He just had a criminal mischief from February that he put out this year where he went to the Pompano Beach group and spray painted their property FAA in red paint. I don't know if there's other issues. I don't know if they're substance abuse.
Does this need to go to Judge Wren or no?
I don't know.
Mr. Romero?
I have no idea right now, Judge. I'm just, hold on one moment.
How many people you have at Conti?
One, ma'am.
All right, what's their name?
Stolfer.
Thank
He's on page 18.
Okay, give me a minute.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead, Mr. Romero.
Judge, it's being Mr. Bailey. I don't have any concerns as far as mental health. Judge, he advised me he's homeless. There's nobody that could post his bond. Judge, he still wishes to ask the court. I know the state may not have an offer. I don't know if the court has an offer as far as an adjudication time served in exchange for no contest plea.
What is this address on the booking sheet of 351 Southeast 6th Street?
That's his ex-wife's house. He doesn't live there. However, he can receive mail there.
All right, this is what the court will do. I mean, court does have concern. Normally I'd ROR him, but there's a couple things going on here, Mr. Romero. So the court will put him on standard pretrial release. Court's not going to resolve his case due to the nature of the allegations. in the probable cause affidavit, but let him go before his division judge. Sir, you're gonna be getting a notice within the next 7 to 10 days. However, I'm not gonna just straight ROR you. I'm gonna put you on standard pretrial release. And that means that you have to go within 24 hours of your release to the pretrial office. Mr. Romero will give you a map. You have to report twice a week via telephone and once a month in person, aside from reporting within 24 hours. If you get any new charges, violate any of the terms and conditions, you're going to be held no bond on this charge. So I'm giving you fair warning, sir. You need to comply with pretrial. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Next one is David Henry Stauffer, page 18 at Conti. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing, man?
Fine, thanks. Okay, sir, you have burglary, unoccupied structure, unarmed. You need to talk about bond, and count 2 is burglary, unoccupied conveyance, unarmed. This is for a change of charge to attempted.
Yes.
So this is an attempted burglary of a structure or unoccupied conveyance. And count 2 is attempted burglary, conveyance, unoccupied. State, what are we doing with these?
Your Honor, I provided you with a copy of your original findings at first appearance.
Yes.
And Your Honor found probable cause for attempt on both counts originally. Set the bonds at $3,500 and $1,000. No contact, no return.
So this is just a formality?
It is, Your Honor, and he's scheduled for arraignment before Judge Rothschild
Okay,
Thursday morning.
3,500 and what?
$3,500 and $1,000. GPS level 2 with pretrial.
Okay, wait, GPS level 2. Who's the victim?
The initials are HHK.
Okay, so no victim contact, direct or indirect, GPS level 2.
No return to the Shell gas station, which was where this allegedly occurred, and you put 1,000.
Where's it located? I'm sorry, Flamingo?
5704. Here you go, Your Honor. Here's the court order. I wrote it on the bottom of that court order.
All right, sir, court's gonna keep your bond at 3,500 and 1,000. No victim contact, direct or indirect. It's all the same conditions from last time. With the alleged victim with the initials HHK, you know what direct or indirect means, sir, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, GPS level 2, no return, sir, to the Shell gas station, and you're to maintain 1,000 feet, which is located at 5704 South Flamingo Road, Cooper City, Florida. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Honor?
Yes.
Conti has a guy that's out to court. Moncrief Fabian, he's also on page 18. He's in courtroom 7780.
Hold on. Is that a change of charge too? What page is that? I'm sorry.
18.
Okay.
We gotta call homicide.
Where is he? What courtroom number?
7780.
Sorry, I had to pull it up before I wrote it down.
No problem. I appreciate you calling.
All right. So, this is a change of charge too. All right. So we'll reset him for. Is he being held no bond? Should we set him for tomorrow morning? What should we do, State? Defense?
Reset him for tomorrow.
Huh?
Judge, he has 32 charges. Can you
So
reset
should
him
we
till
just
tomorrow?
reset him for this afternoon? You think he'll be able to make?
Tomorrow.
Why don't we just set him for tomorrow in the AM, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Terrence Mack?
North Broward.
All
Mr.
right,
Mack would
Mr.
like to
Mack.
resolve this if possible.
Okay, State, what's the offer?
One moment, Judge.
Okay, are you Mr. Mack, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, you have petty theft from a merchant, second offense, bond set at $25. Court does find probable cause. No matter what we do with your case today, the court's going to order, sir, no return to CVS, 2036 East Atlantic Boulevard, Pompano Beach. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you think happens if you go back there, sir?
I will not return there, ma'am.
Okay, what do you think happens if you do go back there and do return?
It's not going to be good, so I'm not going back.
All right, you're going to get arrested. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
State's offer is time served, Your Honor.
Okay, they're offering you, sir, an adjudication and time served, as opposed to going to trial. Which would you like to do?
I plead no contest, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is your name Terrence Antoine Mack, M-A-C-K?
Yes, ma'am.
Want to give up your right to a trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody forcing you to do this?
No, ma'am.
Put your hand down. Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, ma'am.
Ever been treated for a mental illness?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Does your mental illness, don't tell me what it is, affect your ability to understand what's going on here today, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right. So you're doing this freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. How do you wish to plead to? Oh, wait. Sir, you understand that if you're arrested for a third time for a theft charge, that they can charge you as a felony even though it might be a misdemeanor or petty theft. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Understanding what I just explained to you, do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest to petty theft from a merchant, second offense? Guilty, not guilty, no contest.
How do you want to plead, Terrence?
No contest.
Okay.
Court's going to accept your plea, find that it's freely and voluntarily given. Court has reviewed the court file and finds probable cause for the plea. Court's going to adjudicate him, time serve him, $293 in court costs. Court's going to order no return to the CVS at 2036 East Atlantic Boulevard, Pompano Beach, Florida. Does he want to be transferred possibly to the Central Receiving Center? Does he have a place to live? Do you have a place to live?
He does, Judge. He has a job as well. He just started a job at the local car wash. Did you want to go to the Henderson Receiving Facility? It's a place where you can just hang out. They'll help you get a job or housing.
You can leave anytime you want. It's really, you can leave anytime you want. It's just really to help you, you know, if you need to apply for disability or anything like that, or if you need housing.
How long will that take?
It's located in Lauderdale Lakes.
Well, I'll just go ahead and no contest right now.
Okay. All right. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence of the court. Can't afford an attorney. One will be appointed. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Francie Dorzine.
Please hear our main judge.
All right, Mr. Dorzine, how are you, sir?
I'm good.
Sir, you have count 1, trespass upon school grounds, $25 bond. Count 2 is a capious misdemeanor for $250, and that is for trespass, other structure, or conveyance. You no-showed. So it seems like this seems to be a pattern. What are we doing, folks?
Your Honor, I don't have an offer. The allegations are a bit strange. I think it might be appropriate for Judge Lerner Wren.
All right, well, the other one's not in Wren, so.
Yeah, I would say if you send one, then just send both, but I'll leave it up to the court.
All right, Mr. Reedy, any objection to transferring this to Lerner Wren?
I'd like some input from Mr. Romero, who actually has Mr. Dorzine present with him.
In speaking with Mr. Dorzine, I don't believe he has any mental health issues, Judge, but I haven't had the opportunity to review the PC affidavit, but Mr. Dorzine has advised me he has no mental health issues, Judge.
All right, court's going to leave the $250 bond in place. He is going before his division judge, Judge Cal Evans, on May 17th at 9 a.m. As far as count 1, the court will do an ROR. Sir, you're not to return to Coral Springs High School, and you're going to be put on standard pretrial release. That means you are to make sure, sir, that you report within 24 hours. You're going to have to call in twice a week. You get arrested for something else, then, you know, you're going to be, your pretrial release will most likely be revoked. And you could be, believe it or not, held no bond. So make sure that you report, call in twice a week, report once a month in person. Is your mailing address 7605 Northwest 40th Street, Coral Springs?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you understand that if you don't show up to count one, you're gonna be arrested.
I know.
All right, sir, good luck to you, thank you.
By the way, Judge, there was nothing to, I'm sorry, what, Hector?
Are you also gonna release him on pretrial release on count 2?
No, he has a capias in front of Judge Evans, he has to deal with that. It's another
And-
trespass charge.
Then consider just then deleting pretrial for 1 and just leaving the monetary bond in place?
Can he afford the monetary bond?
Well, I mean, he's gonna have to come up with the $250 anyway.
You know what, court wants him monitored based on the allegations. So, thank you. Ralph Kotler?
He's your president, he declined to serve as a public defender.
Okay, Mr. Kotler, good morning, sir. You have operating with the suspended driver's license, second offense. You failed to appear for court, sir. Bond's been set by Judge Hurley at $1,000. So, can you bond out on $1,000, sir?
I'm hoping, yes. I haven't been bonded out yet.
Who's supposed to bond you out?
My ex-wife, but I haven't been able to call her.
All right, well, is there any reason you didn't use the services of the public defender? They could have called your ex-wife for you.
Oh, she could. I wasn't aware of that. I was.
All right, why don't you fill out an application, sir, and have them represent you?
Oh.
Unless you don't want, unless you want to represent yourself, that's your right.
Let her know you wanted to initially resolve the case.
Yeah, I originally wanted to resolve the case.
All right, so you know that. All right, so state what's your offer.
I don't have an offer. It appears this will habitualize him.
All right, sir, this is going to habitualize you. So, I don't know if Mr. Romero will do you the favor of calling your ex-wife, seeing if she could pay the $100 bond, the $100 to bond out at $1,000.
All right, thank you very much.
Give me your name in front of me, I'll call right after.
All right, so let's recall, or let's reset you, sir, for this afternoon, okay? Unless, Mr. Romero, you get something beforehand.
Judge, if we're gonna reset it and take just have him here, I'll go ahead and call. You don't have to.
Okay, that's fine.
The docket, it's ongoing. Okay, I'll call her. All right, have a seat. Thank you very much.
All right, so hold on, I'll take that paperwork back then. And hold on to this, I'll recall it. All right, Piero Andre Salazar Micolot.
He's approaching, Judge.
Good morning, sir. You have a capias misdemeanor with a $500 bond for operating a motor vehicle without a valid license. You failed to appear for court. Anybody wish to be heard?
Yes, Judge, and speaking of Mr. Salazar, he wishes to ask the court if you will consider resolving this case today.
State's offers withhold court costs.
Withholding court costs.
He wishes to accept the state's
All right,
offer.
sir, raise your right hand. Do you swear and/or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Piero Salazar Micolot, M-I-C-H-I-L-O-T.
Yes, ma'am.
Is your name? Okay, put your hand down. It's my understanding you want to give up your right to a trial and plead guilty or no contest to operating with motor vehicle without a valid license?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody forcing you to do this?
No, ma'am.
You doing this freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or medication affecting you?
No, ma'am.
Never been treated for a mental illness?
No, ma'am.
You understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, a plea of his charge could result in deportation proceedings?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. How do you wish to plead to operating without a valid license?
No contest.
Court's going to accept your plea, find that it's freely and voluntarily entered. Court has reviewed the court file and finds probable cause for the plea. Court takes judicial notice of the time that you served in the Broward County Jail. Court is going to withhold in court costs of $293. You have 30 days to appeal the sentence to the court. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed, sir. Thank you and good luck to you. Jameen Fonte Warren, please.
Bond was posted.
Okay. Then we have Arnarha O'Near Gia O'Neill Allen.
I believe it was Broward, Judge.
Both Broward,
Okay,
Judge.
thank you very much. Okay, are you Mr. Allen, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good morning, sir. You have an ad charge for grand theft between $300 and $5,000. This is count 5 or it's Steve, no,
Six.
count 6. $1,000 bond. Court does find probable cause. Anybody wish to be heard?
He's got a $50,000 bond on new charges, and he's had his release revoked on a pending case.
All right.
It looks as though he's being held no bond, Judge. I'd ask you to leave the $1,000 bond in place.
All right, sir. Court's going to order no victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim in the case with the initials CM. Do you know what direct or indirect means? No contact in person, calling,
Yes, sir.
texting, writing through third parties, and no contact whatsoever on social media, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, sir. Next one is Stephen Louise DeCoro. Good morning, Mr. DeCoro. You have an out-of-county hold for a felony. It's actually not for magistrate. Bond set at $75,000. And then you have an out-of-state hold for a felony. It's a parole violation for stolen property out of Georgia. You have a no bond hold. So you're going to be held no bond, sir, on count 2, $75,000 on count 1. Thank you.
Good luck, sir.
Leroy
Judge,
Anthony
you have a moment?
Roebuck.
Okay.
You want me to go ahead with this one? You hit the button, you're off. Mr. Romero?
I'm sorry, I had the mute button on. I got in touch with Mr. Cotler's, I guess, girlfriend or wife, Angela, and she said she's going to be posting his bond. So after this gentleman, we could go back to Mr. Ralph Cotler.
All right, Mr. Cotler, we'll just leave the bond at $1,000. Court finds probable cause. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you, okay? All right, so Leroy Anthony Roebuck. Sir, you have count 1, failure to register a motor vehicle. There's no bond attached to that. Count 2 is license plate validation sticker, $1,000 bond. Count 3 and 4 have no bonds attached to them, and what I mean by that is they're basically RORs. It is 3 is attach a registration license plate, not a sign, and driving while license is suspended, second offense. You do have a no bond hold for dealing in stolen property that is issued by Judge McCarthy, in Broward County. That is for dealing in stolen property. Anybody wish to be heard?
Your Honor, I'm going to be requesting a $5,000 bond on
Count 5.
count 5. Yes, Your Honor. It's referred to at the end of the affidavit that Mr. Roebuck was arrested April 27th and is currently out. This predates, but so it doesn't violate his release conditions. But he's out on a total bond of $3,600. The 2 top counts are burglary of a conveyance and grand theft. Particularly concerned about the burglary conveyance, considering the allegations here. It does appear that Mr. Roebuck is part of an organized scheme involving car burglaries in the South Florida area and selling parts from these vehicles, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Romero? Court does find probable cause. I don't know if I said that.
Judge, and speaking of Mr. Roebuck, unfortunately, we're not that far off. I know the state's requesting 5. I'm going to be asking for $2,000. Mr. Roebuck is a mechanic by trade. He's been working with the same company called Majestic Autos for the past 5 years, making about $15 an hour. He's right now the sole supporter of his family. He supports his wife, who's right now studying stenography, and his one child that lives with them. Besides supporting his one child that lives with him, he also pays child support for his other children at about $500 per month. He lives in Pembroke Pines. He's been living at the same apartment with his family now for about 6 months. So, Judge, I'd be asking you to consider $2,000 bond on count 5, along with the $1,000 on count 2. That would be a total of $3,000, Judge.
Okay, court's gonna do 1,000 on 2, 3,500 on 5. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Next one is, see you at 1 o'clock, Mr. Romero. Thank you.
No, we still have Mr.
Oh, I can't see them. All right,
I'm sorry,
the next
Judge.
one
We have
is
Mr.
Joseph.
Matthew Butterfield, the last person here at Maine.
Is that the last one you have?
Yep.
Okay, then we'll take your last one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Matthew Butterfield, sir, is that your name?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir, you have possession of cannabis, 20 grams or less, $100 bond. Count 2 is possession of cocaine, $1,000 bond. However, count 3 is trafficking methamphetamine between 1,400 and 28 grams, bond set of $50,000. Court does find probable cause. Anybody wish to be heard?
Mr. Butterfield was placed on pretrial supervision on the 8th of February by this court in case number 181604 CF10A.
I'm sorry, 18.
1604 CF10A. It was
Is that standard or GPS?
He was placed on standard pretrial supervision.
Okay, and what was that for?
Grand theft. Based on this court's finding of probable cause, we're going to ask that this pretrial status be revoked at this time.
And,
all right, let's finish with this. Go ahead, State. Anybody wish to be heard?
Yes, Judge. In speaking to Mr. Butterfield, he's 28 years old, been living in this community for his whole life. At this time, he works for a labor pool, so whenever he manages to get employed, he gets about $60 to $80 a day. He lives with his mother in Lauderhill, been living there for 3 years. She's on disability. He helps out with the rent, about $300 a month that he helps out with. I do understand that he's out on a case, Judge. These are the new case he picked up are drug offenses. The case that he's out on is nonviolent. We'd be asking you to consider lowering the bond on count 3 to $1,000. That would be a total of $2,100. We do understand he's out on bond, so that way we're not. We're going to be asking you to upgrade his level of supervision to a level 2 with the monitor, so that he could be supervised. So, Judge, that's the defense request at this time.
Your Honor, the state would be opposing just any kind of bond reduction. He's already on pretrial for a felony grand theft. And just to say, well, it'll be different this time because you put an ankle monitor on him. He's been to prison. It would appear that he's been out of prison recently. 2014, battery on a law enforcement officer, 3-year state prison. 2011, possession of cocaine with intent to sell or distribute, 2-year state prison. Possession of cocaine, 2010, he violated his probation. Possession of cocaine, 2009, he violated his probation. Strong arm robbery, 2007. And I would also note, Mr. Romero is representing facts that would appear that Mr. Butterfield is indigent, has no money. But it would appear, based on just the sheer amount of drugs that he's found with, that he has a scale, that he is engaged in drug dealing. And I find it hard to believe that he, especially considering the amount of methamphetamine found in this person, that he is indigent.
All right, this is what the court's going to do. Court is going to revoke his pretrial on 18-1604 CF10A. Court is going to put him, set a $1,000 bond in that case, GPS level 2. Count 1, the court is going to ROR him on the possession of cannabis, possession of cocaine. Court's going to make the bond $100. However, on the trafficking, the court's going to leave the bond at $50,000, GPS level 2. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Next one is Joseph Walter Burnett, please. Joseph Walter Burnett, please.
He's a medical research job.
Okay. Next one is Alex Javier Camacho Bracero. Do you have him at North Broward? Maybe he's at Paul Ryan.
His bond was posted, Judge.
Okay. His bond was
Say his last name
posted. Joseph Burnett is a medical reset, you said? Okay. Philip Dion Thompson. Philip Dion Thompson. All right, good morning, Mr. Thompson. How are you?
Fine, man.
You have some ad charges. State wants to say something before I tell you what the charges are, so hold on.
Well, no, it's just, I'll wait, but they're all change of charges, and
Okay.
I'll wait till the court advises.
Okay, let me tell you what the change of charges are. Aggravating, fleeing, serious injury or death, no bond. Aggravated fleeing or eluding injury, property damage, no bond hold. Next one is leaving the scene of a crash with serious bodily injury, no bond hold. No DL causing serious bodily injury involving death, no bond hold. Court does find probable cause. Anybody wish to be heard?
Your Honor, if I could just inquire,
Sure.
from, confinement status, what the bonds were originally?
Pull this case up, Michelle.
I actually have a copy. I
It looks
actually
like
have
the
a
no
copy
valid
of
DL was
his,
seven.
of the order.
The original.
That's like the least.
I know, but this file is all over the place.
I
And
have-
it looks like you have it?
I have a copy of the order from March 5th. Is that what you want, Eric?
Okay, hold on.
What's, I'm sorry?
The
March
failure to
5th?
remain here was 1,000.
Just whatever the bonds were.
Yep.
Yeah. I
Go
don't,
to that. Yep.
That's the order.
yeah, but is it the same charges from before?
We're gonna print out the magistrate. Hold on, sir.
It was 5,000. Looked like bond was set at 5,000.
Yeah. So is 7 the same as 27, the $7,500
He has
bond?
26. He has 7, 8, 17, and 26.
A lot
so-
have been no info, Your Honor. So
But
for,
one of it said no info, but
I know, I know, yeah.
Here's another magistrate hearing, 419.
Aggravated fleeing, the bond was set at
Well,
5,000.
this is an aggravated assault on an officer.
It was set at 5, it was set all over the place.
5,000.
It started off at 10,000, then it was changed to 5,000 on the aggravated battery.
So,
We have an attorney, Mr. Reedy, why don't you tell him you're here representing him because you can't see him?
Yes, Judge. In fact, I was on the phone with him when his case was called.
All right, so what are we doing with this, folks? Let's start with you, Mr. Linder.
So Sheila, you were saying, and I'm just going by the 4 counts in front of the court right now. Count 7 was originally 7,500, or charge 7?
Charge 7. The aggravated fleeing.
Or what was it originally?
The aggravated fleeing was
With injury or damage, I have 5,000.
5,000.
Okay, then I'm fine with 5,000 on that. Charge 8, what was that originally?
5,000.
I'll be asking for 5,000 on that. Charge 17, what did you have that as originally?
1,000.
1,000.
Okay, and 26?
750.
I would just be asking for those same bonds to be kept in place, Your Honor.
No, it's 7,500.
No, on,
Is it 70? I think it's 7,500, 27.
27 was no info.
no, I was saying 26.
26.
Is
Okay, so
750.
26 is $750.
Yeah, and Your Honor, I just asked that those original bonds be placed back on him. He is scheduled to be arraigned, I believe, this Friday morning before Judge Bober in career offender court.
No victim contact with, is there another victim or the same one?
Your Honor, yeah, whatever, it was all previously ordered.
I just don't
Yeah.
know if it's another, okay.
No, it's the same.
All right, defense, anything?
Can you afford that bond, Mr. Thompson?
No, sir, I've been stuck in here on the same bond already.
Who's gonna bond you out, man?
I don't know,
You
sir.
got any family or friends out there?
No, sir.
All right. You're gonna go to court later this week, okay?
Yes, sir.
You can set a bond hearing in front of Judge Bober and have him address the issue or possibility of him lowering your bond, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck, man.
And Your Honor, I'd also just be requesting whatever pretrial GPS conditions, I believe, I've
All
been
right,
advised.
I have it all.
Oh.
All right, thank you. GPS level 1, no victim contact, direct or indirect. This is what I told you last time, or another judge did, with the, or actually I did, with the alleged victim with the initials ML. Court's gonna set bond on count 7, the fleeing, 4,999. Count 8, the same, which is 4,999. Count 17 is 999, and count 26 is $749. This is without prejudice in front of Judge Bober, He has an arraignment set this week. Is that what you said?
I believe Friday morning.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good luck to you. All right. Then we have John Anthony Franio.
No problem, John.
All right. Okay. You have the orders for those people? Okay. Good morning, Mr. Franio. How are you today, sir?
Better.
All right, sir. All right, you have count 1, trafficking in heroin between 4 and 14 grams, $75,000 bond's been set. Count 2 is deliver schedule 1BD, 2AB, C4 drug within 1,000 feet of a school, child care. I don't know what CR is. Let me see. Child care or park. Bond set at $7,500. Count 3 is sell heroin within 1,000 feet of a school, child care, or park, $7,500. Count 4, trafficking in fentanyl between 4 and 14 grams, $75,000 bond. Count 5, sell heroin within 1,000 feet of a school, child care, or park. There's a no bond hold. And count 6, deliver schedule 1AB, D, 2AB, C4 drug within 1,000 feet of a school, child care, or park. We need to talk about bond. There's a no bond hold as well. Court does find probable cause. Anybody wish to be heard?
Yes, ma'am.
No, we have an attorney here for you, okay?
I was just handed the warrant, and also Mr. Fronio was just brought down to the jail, so I have not had a chance to speak with him.
All right, so why don't we do this because there's a lot going on. Sir, we're going to reset your
That's
case
fine.
to the PM this afternoon. So just because I want to give you, there's some very serious charges, I want to give you an opportunity to speak to Mr. Reedy so both of you have ample time to talk. So we'll see you, it's about 11 o'clock now. We'll see you in about 2 hours, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, sir. We'll see you soon. To Corey Jamar Brown, please.
No problem.
Okay. I believe this is the last case for this morning. Hello, are you Mr. Brown?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good morning, sir. You have count 1, burglary of an unoccupied dwelling, unarmed
Thanks,
across county lines. Bond is set at $1,000. You do have drug paraphernalia possessed and or used. No bond's been attached to that, which is essentially an ROR. Court does find probable cause. Anybody wish to be heard?
Your Honor, I'm going to be requesting a $15,000 bond. I'm also going to be requesting, obviously no victim contact, no return, but a GPS monitor. In 2015, Mr. Brown was convicted on a domestic violence charge of felony battery due to priors, and he violated his probation. The victim of that case is the owner or resident of the dwelling in this case, the listed victim. He also had a possession of cocaine. In 2012, he was sentenced to 2 years state prison. In 2012, he was convicted of attempted burglary of a dwelling, 2 years state prison. 2010, possession of cannabis with intent to sell, VOP, 2 years state prison. Criminal mischief with a VOP, 2011. That's all I have, Your Honor, as far as Broward priors.
Okay, the convenience bond is $1,000 and you're asking for 15.
There's, on count, it's a burglary of a dwelling, Your Honor.
I know, it says $1,000 on my sheet. I'm just letting you know.
No, it shouldn't have that because the booking, it's hold for magistrate. There is no convenience bond on.
Well, mine says $1,000, just letting you know, that's where I said that.
What
I'm just letting
normally
her know it's a
happens
miss.
when they write on the findings and then it's reset, the clerk print whatever you wrote on the findings prior to being reset.
I never wrote
Or
any
whoever
point.
wrote it,
Hold
not
on.
saying you, but that's how it end up. It should be hold for magistrate.
It said medical reset 514, but why would it say $1,000?
Your Honor,
Because whoever medical reset it had already wrote on the finding.
and I'm just saying, I don't know why it's put there. I'm just saying it was done in error, that's all.
Okay. All right. Okay, defense?
Yes, Judge. As the state has indicated, this may not be Mr. Brown's first contact with the criminal justice system, but based on my contact with him, he does believe that his friends and family in the community can come up with a bond for him. I think what the state is asking is going to be a little too high, though. Mr. Brown, how much money do you think your family and friends can come up with to get you out of jail?
That I'm
I'm not quite sure. I mean, $1,000 bond would be reasonable at the moment because I wouldn't want to put too much on them. I have my own personal check coming from my job at Cheddar's, but I'm not quite sure how what that process would go. But I know I make more than $100 on my check, which is I make what I get on Monday.
I'd ask for a $2,500 bond, Judge. Unless the court's inclined to put him on pretrial release.
I'm just concerned that he allegedly breaks into someone he knows' home. He's howling and screaming. They find fentanyl and cocaine in the home, in the bedroom where he's found. He's been convicted of violence against this woman in the past, in which she advises law enforcement he has no permission, no business being in her home.
And he shattered the window, allegedly.
Yes, Judge, I know. I read the probable cause affidavit both yesterday and today. I understand it's his ex-girlfriend's house. He's not supposed to be there. I think Mr. Brown understands he's not supposed to be there and certainly would abide by any court order to that effect. Is that right, Mr. Brown?
Yes, sir. I was only
Don't say anything about the facts of the case, Mr. Brown.
Yes, sir. I was only told not to be at the residence.
Okay, sir.
All right, well, don't be there.
All right, so this is what the court's gonna do. No victim contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim with the initials MS. That means no contact in person, calling, texting, writing, nothing through social media, even commenting, liking, disliking anything, and certainly no contact through third parties. You're gonna be put on GPS level 2. You're not to return and maintain 1,000 feet from 220 Northwest 12th Court, Pompano Beach. If you go back there, sir, you'll probably be violated and held no bond. Court is gonna set a bond on count 1 at $10,000. Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, I'm going to ask the court to sign a phone order for Mr.
Sure.
Brown so he can access his phone and contact his family.
No problem. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you, okay?
All right.
Have a good day.